All right, let's look at first grading period, day 1 setup of the record book system. This is the foundational SAE workbook that you can find in my TPT store. We're just going to use this as a visual. Day 1 is set up your AET. You want to make sure that your students have the correct website, the chapter number, their username, and password. During class, you want to ensure that all students get logged in and that they select their class and start building their profile to 100%. Let's look at what that looks like on the record book system. If you go into your dashboard, you can access a student account, and then we can go into their profile and record your school ag class schedule. We want to add a class, and we are going to add the practicum class to this student. Now, these are the things your students should be doing. Once you go back to profile, you are also going to want to go in and edit your personal profile and password. You want this to be at 100% because that's how you can set up your roster, and it goes super fast, and it also gives you valuable information about the student. So those are the things that they need to accomplish during class. Then outside of class, my students are going to be required to set up their resume and gain at least up to 3 letters of recommendation. Again, we're going to switch over here and look at the record book system. I'm going to go back to profile, manage your resume information. So for them to gain their hours, they will need to go in and update their tabs for each section. That will be the part that they will have to generate a PDF. And for me, what I'll have them do is generate a PDF and submit it to Google Classroom with 3 letters of recommendation. So what that would look like on your workbook is down here in the open area, you could have them write some notes down that they need to have electronic versions of their letters of recommendation. They need to download a PDF and submit it to Google Classroom. And then you've got your due date up here at the top. Note that they get an hour for completing the resume, an hour for each letter of recommendation, and then if they upload in the Google Classroom a picture or 2 of them working on these assignments on the computer, they'll also earn an hour for that. These are outside class hours, and this all becomes important when you have them logging the hours in their record book. So let's take a look at that real quick. So once you have students actively entering journal hours, you're going to go to your journal tab, and then depending on what it is that they're journaling, it'd be in class or their SAE. So we'll click time in class, the course that they're in, and then this unit, topic, and activity level. The students, when you first get them started on record books, don't necessarily know what those are. So I've made a visual that you can put on your screen, and then the description or reflection is where I have students write about the assignment that they are completing. And then we've got the amount of time that they want, and then you save. So if you go in my TPT store, you can find this PowerPoint. It's free. It was meant to be put with the record books, but I didn't have it at the time, and so I updated it and we put it in there. You've got some tidbits here, and then you've got some templates. So here's an example of clocking hours at the end of the 6 weeks and doing it based off of units. So I give the students a brief description in the unit and the activity, and they have to look for those keywords. I'm not going to type the whole thing out. And then depending on how long ago the assignment was, I may or may not give them a description. If I do give a description, it's not full length, but they are expected to complete it in complete sentences. And then I tell them how many hours they can have. You've got templates here. This one, the very first one, is by activity. So this would be if you're going to do it every Friday. So you can have up to 5 activities, 1 per day. And then the other template is by week. So you could do it by unit. If you spent 3 days on a unit, you put all the information in and your time would be 3 hours, an hour per class. You could come over here and you can make sections and do it by class period. You can change your table, different colors, and like blue be your principal's class, black be ag mechanics, or just add it to your date and description up here at the top. So you've got access to that, and that is day 1. If you have any questions, you need help setting up your classes, or you don't understand something from day 1, please make sure to leave me a comment below, either in the YouTube channel or on Facebook, and we will get an answer to you. I hope you guys have had a great start to your school year. I hope that Friday will be a successful day for you with your record books. We're also going to be uploading day 2, hopefully before the end of the week. That way, if you already have a head start on us, you've got some tidbits moving into day 2. Y'all have a good evening.